Very, very important topic that needs to be talked about. Just had an 8-hour conversation with an actual wizard, most embodied human I've ever met in my life. And we hit this point, and I told myself I would make a video on it when I got home. I said, I need to speak on this when I get home. And it was discussing the state of man and the driving force of man in 2026, especially in the West. And I could speak on it in the West because I live in the West. Right? I'm in the East right now. I'm in Bali for a short time. And I see it here too. But it's not from the people from the East. It's from the people from the West. Anyways, what it is the fact we are so persistent and so dedicated to chasing material success, which is okay, but chasing material success for the money's sake, for the woman's sake, for the validation's sake, when we know it's not a secret of the universe, it's out there. You don't have to look very far. We know there's never going to be fulfillment in that. There's never going to be fulfillment. And some people say, hey, you just got to get it to figure that out. No, you don't. You don't. I'm 22 years old, humbly, and I've gotten a little bit, I haven't gotten crazy money, but I've gotten some money that I thought I would feel good after getting. And I'm like, wow, I just want more. Maybe what all of these billionaires and millionaires say at the end of their lives is true, brother, which is that there's no fulfillment in it. There's no fulfillment in it. There's only fulfillment in one thing here on planet Earth. And that is using your God-given vessel to leave the world better than you came. Moment by moment, as you go, am I adding or am I taking to the universe? Am I adding or am I taking? Am I in the light or am I in the dark? That's it. It's that simple, brother, and everything can be built upon that foundation, right? When we are living the golden rule, when we are treating others how we want to be treated, which means good, which means selfless, which means abundance, right? We feel amazing. God made us that way. Culture and the dark forces at play try to convince us you are an exception to the rule, and once you get all this money and once you get these chicks and once you get these cars, you will be happy. You're an exception. Come on, brother, right? You can go for the material success. You can go for woman, all of this, whatever. You can go for it. But it should be rooted in mission. From there, everything plays. Everything falls into place, I can assure you. It's that simple. Hey, what I'm doing aligned with source, aligned with God, aligned with the benefit of all involved, or is it for my selfish gratification? Right? You don't have to go all the way. You don't have to get insanely rich. You don't have to waste all these years chasing something that's endless to be like, oh, looks like there was no fulfillment there. Brother, come on, right? Take the advice. And the reason I'm speaking strongly on this is because I don't chase that shit anymore. I don't. I have not had sex in a long time by choice, right? If I went and seeked out sex, I could get sex. I don't need it right now. I don't want it because it's not aligned with my mission. It doesn't sound that attractive to me. If I let my mind go there, sure, haven't had sex in a good while, right, since my last relationship, and I haven't been making that much money right now, right? I will be very soon in the future, but right now I haven't. I'm the happiest I've ever been, the most fulfilled I've ever been. I've felt the most human, the most present, the most joy out of life. No sex, no money has been made, right? Surprise. This one isn't, you don't have to take a heroic dose of mushrooms to figure this one out, brothers, right? And this is the biggest area that's missing for men nowadays. The self-development's out there. I see a lot of men locking in, becoming the best versions of themselves, right? Physically, mentally, sexually, spiritually. But they're just doing it for the wrong reasons. And that's a huge piece of the puzzle. Even if you don't have an abundance, right? And even if you're at the stage where, hey, I'm just trying to get a woman to look at me, right? Say, hey, I'm not doing this so I can just pump and dump. I'm doing this so my vessel is capable of doing what it was put here to do, which is spread light. Boom. That's it. Everything else falls into place. I can assure you it's not that complicated. It's not. Now, the complicated part is constantly reminding yourself of this truth, constantly having trust in the fact that, hey, as long as I'm just living the golden rule, as long as I'm aligned with that, I will be fulfilled. God will have my favor and he will guide me, right? Source will be within me. Boom. That's all you have to do. But having trust is difficult in a society that tells you you shouldn't be going for that. You shouldn't be going for the golden rule. You should be going to dominate, to be the alpha, to beat everyone else instead of lift everyone else up. Boom. That's the switch. That's the switch. And that's what keeps us separated. That's what keeps the most capable men, the most masculine men in the state of darkness and in the state of lack of fulfillment, bro. It's simple. And shit's going to change, bro. Because it's not that complicated. It's really not. And it's just the biggest source of weakness in men, bro. If we just change that. Andrew Tate, he says a lot of good stuff, right? He says some bad stuff too. Changed my life, right? Got me, was a big factor in getting me locked in a period of life when I needed it. But I was chasing the money, and I was chasing the chicks, and I was chasing the validation. I wanted to be dominant. And so I was unhappy. And I wasn't really growing as much as I could have been. Right now, recently, since my bodybuilding competition, because I've been focused on mission, focused on actually using my vessel to do good, bro, my life has been insane. Insane. And ultimately fulfilling and ultimate growth. It's that simple, guys. That simple of a switch. That simple of a switch, right? And it's a lot easier once you're abundant, once you have, no insecurities, once you're fully energized, living a good lifestyle. It's a lot easier to say, hey, how can I now spread? But if you can use your logical mind and say, hey, I know how this game works. I understand this matrix, and I understand the matrix is designed for me to chase this material stuff that will not bring me pleasure. I know this, and I know it will constantly try to tell me that this is not true, but this is the truth, right? Use that brain, brother. Use it, right? And if you think there's an end number that will get you there, no, there's not. The people that get there say there's not, right? You don't have to spend 20 years doing that. I'm free. I'm free from it. I'm 22 because I've just chosen to be free from it, right? I can assure you, focus on mission. Ask God, ask Source, ask the universe. Say, what can I do? How can I serve? Every morning, ask that. How can I tune my instrument to be a vessel of you? Right? The reason you guys are listening to me is not because I have all this years of wisdom and knowledge and understanding. It's because I've primed my vessel to be able to communicate Source. I've primed my vessel to be able to be tapped in with the divine. And so it doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter how much wisdom, how many years of life I have. Right? That matters in a different sense. But the cool part is that, hey, because I'm just priming my instrument, I can be aligned and abundant and speak from Source and speak from truth. And you can feel it. Isn't that cool? Right? So that's our job, guys. Our job is just to get out of the way. Get out of the way of the divine. Right? The divine is within me. The divine is within you. As soon as you can just say, hey, I did my job. I did the daily actions that allows my vessel to be filled with light, filled with Source. Boom. That's all the thinking mind has to do. The thinking mind just has to take the actions that allow Source to fill your body. Right? And there'll be times where it's easier than others. There's a lot of hard times. And the hard times, ask yourself, say, what's out of tune right now? What could be a line that's not? So, yeah, little rant. I think that was pretty valuable. And I just I just want to say, stop. Stop chasing the money and stop chasing the pussy. Right? That's it. You don't have to get it. You don't have to get it. Being capable of getting it is great. And you will get it when you want, as long as you're on mission, bro. If you're on mission, the universe will provide what you need. And if what you need is money and pussy, it'll provide it. But usually it's not, right? Usually it's community. Usually it's growth. Usually it's connection to God. So trust in that, bro. They got it backwards. Society has it backwards. It's this simple. I think that's enough ranting on that. I've been in Bali for about a month and a half. Had a brutal sickness this past week. We're back at it though. And yeah, I'm learning a ton from people out here. I mean, the growth I've had this past 2 months has been crazy. So crazy. So crazy. And yeah, I got a lot of learnings. Got a lot coming up for you guys. Just want to get this one out there. Much love. Comment with any comments, concerns, ideas. Follow me on Instagram. Post on there a lot. And peace.